Saturday morning. My honey is in bed and I have to go to work for a bit. So, it is 8 o'clock, which, if you know anything about me, I slept in. I was so tired. It still sounded a little weird. We went to dinner and the theater with my mom, my sister, and Cindy and her new husband, David. And the theater didn't get out till 10:30, 11, maybe 11. I think it was 11, because I don't think I went to bed until almost midnight. So, needless to say, when I looked at my phone and it said that I snoozed 8 times. So I was like, no, I cannot. No. It's too early. I need sleep. So luckily, when I go in on Saturday, the work is not time sensitive to the point that I can, I have to come in at 7 or whatever. There's no set time that I have to be there, is what I'm saying. So, yeah. It was really fun. It was the first time that we went to the theater with the men. It was the first time Robert got to be there. We went and saw Arsenic and Lace. Arsenic and Lace? Old Lace, something. One of those two. I think it's Old Lace. And Robert had played the part of the bad guy when he was in school on the same play, so he actually really enjoyed it a lot, which was cool. And we went to Dickie's for dinner, and that's always nice for us because we can just get meat. And I felt like yesterday my back still hurt quite a bit, and it still kind of does a little bit today, but it's improving. It's getting there. So I definitely know that pain is a trigger for me. And I ate more comfort foods, if you will, than I normally would. And didn't tell myself no very much at all. So I definitely gained a little bit, not a ton, just a little. And honestly I knew I would. And triggering from pain is something that I'm still working on. It's very hard for me to tell myself no when I just want to be comforted because I'm in pain non-stop, and with boredom I can kind of control that trigger a little bit better, but with pain everything is already so oversensitized and so overwhelming to me that it's really hard for me to say no and even want to say no. I just want it to be some sort of comfort, so I think I had some cookies or something like that. That was really my main bad, if you want to call it that. So I didn't go hog wild on chocolate or candy or anything. I had that. I had some cookies. So, and I was of course not able to work out because of my back. So I'm ready for next week because I know I'll be careful this weekend and I'll feel better by Monday. And I can get back to my workout. I don't like not running. It's actually to the point now I've been doing it enough that I crave it and I want to do it. And so when I'm not able to do it, it kind of frustrates me in and of itself. Because it's definitely such a great endorphin kicker that it really helps me through my day. And, whether you mean to or not, you kind of end up adjusting your calories when you work out a lot. Not a ton, not like, oh good, I get to eat more food, but more just I don't realize I'm doing it kind of a thing. And it doesn't have an effect on my scale, so it's just become like a norm for me. So, I'm sleepy today. No, I'm not really sleepy, I'm just yawning. I did make my coffee. I left Robert in bed. He's still in bed. Daisy was a little irritated with me because I did take her for a walk before I went to work. I need to get going. I needed to get out of there. So I might tell Robert to walk her if he wants to. Otherwise, I guess she'll wait till I get home. So that was really the main thing. My pain has probably gone down, I'm going to say 30%, maybe 40. I was making Daisy her food this morning, and you know, it doesn't take very long to mix up dog food, but I was doing it at the kitchen sink, and probably before I finished, it started to twinge again, but up until then it hadn't. So we're getting there. I'm on the mend. I almost went to the doctor on Thursday, and I'm really glad I didn't, because I knew in my heart that I just needed to give it the chance to heal, you know. But oof, trying to work and sit when your lower back is just pretty much on fire, your hips are on fire, it just feels horrible, you know. That is no bueno. Although I will say this, it's not a commercial, and they're not sponsoring this video, obviously, but when we were at the theater, David gave me to Aleve, and that pretty much kicked the pain for the entire show. And I was surprised by that, to be honest. I really was. So I'm kind of considering, when I go to the store for groceries, getting some Aleve and seeing if that's actually something that I can kick this with, because it was pretty much 2 and you're done, you know. So, because I had forgotten to take my pills before I left, just ibuprofen or whatever before I left, and so as dinner was ending, my pain was increasing and increasing and increasing, and then by the time we got to the theater, I was like, this is not so good, because you have to kind of wait. You have to get there early enough so that we can get 6 seats together, and so you have to wait for almost 45 minutes before the theater actually opens. And so we're just sitting on stairs, no padding, no comfort, no back, no nothing. And so just the more I sat there, the more in pain I was. And luckily, like I said, he had something. And so I took those Aleve, and by the time the show started, I think the pain was gone by the time it started. I'm like, that's kind of awesome, you know? It's always fun when you can find something over the counter that kicks the pain, you know? Because nobody really wants to take narcotics all day long every day. It's not really good for your system. I mean, ibuprofen, to be honest, when I take 4 at a time, is not really something I want to do for the rest of my life, because that's also not very good for your stomach and your liver and all of that. But 2 Aleve, 2. I was like, I'm watching you. I got you. I see what you're doing here. So I'm probably gonna get some. Like I said, there's my spiel for Aleve. I know we need to mow this weekend, but I think it's supposed to be kind of a rainy weekend in Oklahoma, so I don't know if the mowing thing will happen. And I'm a little concerned that the weed eater could be exacerbating my back problem because of having to hold it, you know, for so long. So I might just have to do some work in the house and let the yard go for a week. Maybe I can get Robert to do a little bit, because I think I better not. I think that the way that you have to hold that, I mean, I don't even think that the mower is as bad as a weed eater, because, you know, you can only hold the weed eater on one side because of the way that a weed eater is. You know, it's always one side's the strong side, the other side holds the button, kind of a thing. So I think I better stay away from that this weekend. But I can do some dishes, and I think we probably have laundry to do. And we have some ideas of things that we want to do in the house. So if I get to the point where I'm not in a lot of pain, there's some stuff we'd like to move around a little bit and get ready for the next stage in our house to, you know, have some extra projects going. But that's going to require some move some stuff out of the way, so there's room for other stuff to come in, and, you know, the garage needs to be cleaned out so that the boys can weld back there. So, you know, a homeowner's jobs are never done, unfortunately. There's never really days off, even though we take them anyway. And I think my mom and my sister are going out of town today. I don't know how early they're leaving, but it could be now for all I know. And so I won't be seeing them. Somebody's in my parking place. It's just rude. Rude. Oh, wow. You know, you're here late when there's this many people here on a Saturday. That is some craziness. But, you know, lots of work to do. Okay, I just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm actually doing a video on Saturday, so there you have it. Have a good one. Later.